All right. The weird thing about that plane crash in Iran is that the country is refusing to hand over the black box of the Ukrainian jet itself to Boeing. Fox News correspondent Dan Springer has the latest details. Dan.
Yeah, Neil, that's very unusual. There's no firm evidence at this point suggesting the rocket attack launched from Iran 4 hours earlier played a role in the deadly crash. But a lot of questions are being raised by the information that has come out and the threats made in the last couple of days. Within hours of the 6 a.m. crash in Tehran, officials from Iran and Ukraine said the cause was a mechanical problem. But Ukraine has since backed away from that statement. Iran has not. But it's also saying it will not turn over the flight's black box to Boeing, which built the plane. The Ukraine International Airlines flight crashed just 6 miles from the Tehran airport. Flight tracker data shows it climbed to about 8,000 feet, then lost all contact. On Monday, Iran's leader, Hassan Rouhani, seemed to threaten a terrorist attack in a tweet. In response to President Trump saying that he had 52 targets in Iran picked out, Rouhani tweeted, "Those who refer to the number 52 should remember the number 290. Never threaten the Iranian nation." 290 refers to the number of people killed when in 1988 the U.S. Navy accidentally shot down an Iranian passenger jet. Months later, a terrorist attack brought down the Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland. But terrorism is less likely when you consider most of the victims were from Iran. 82 of the 176 passengers, 63 were also Canadians, and none were Americans. Some are speculating that it could have been Iran that shot down the plane with its air missile defense by mistake, and now they're trying to cover it up. The plane's fuselage was in small pieces, suggesting to some either extremely high airspeed or an air explosion. Iran's transportation minister told his state-run news agency there was a fire in one of the plane's engines, but there was no communication from the pilots supporting that. As for Iran withholding the black box, the U.S. State Department issued a statement today saying, quote, "We will continue to follow this incident closely and stand prepared to offer Ukraine all possible assistance. The United States calls for complete cooperation with any investigation into the cause of the crash." Boeing says it is ready to assist, but the company may get shut out by Iran. And I tell you what, this plane, the 737-8, has been a very safe, reliable plane since it was introduced back in the 1980s. So it's a very reliable plane. There have been some fatal crashes, Neil, but to suggest that this was a fire in the engine and no communication from the pilots to the ground is hard to believe.
Yeah, that's a very good report, Dan. And we also know that it got a good clearance on the 6th, just a couple of days ago, right?
That's right. It had routine maintenance just a couple of days earlier, so nothing showed up in that routine check.
Amazing. Thank you, Dan, very much. Dan Springer in Seattle, the home, of course, of Boeing.